like people.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will. I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Handing that crown to this devil will be like feeding gunpowder to a lava worm. Agree to nothing.
You'll find everything is in order.
You can't be serious.
And I'll keep your contract safe in my House of Hope.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free.
We're getting that contract back. You heard it, right? It's in his god's-awful House of Hope. We need to find a way in. I swore I'd never return to the Hells. But for your soul, I'll make an exception. Just this once.
When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure. Devils often have prettier hoards than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves.
It was foolish of you to agree to a contract. That crown you signed away is too powerful to wind up with the likes of Raphael. Luckily, you have a way out. Find the contract, destroy it, and all's well. You need to get to the House of Hope, Raphael's abode.
The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and I'm back with Baldur's Gate 3 and a new green screen backdrop, which is quite exciting. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a Jaheira quest. You know, it's Mother's Day today in Baldur's Gate specifically, and we need to take our favourite grandma to do her quests. She says I'm basically the grandma of YouTube, so I can't talk. Where is she though? Companions. The High Harper. So we have meet the Harpers at Danthelon's Dancing Axe. Jaheira asked us to go to Danthelon's Dancing Axe in Worm's Crossing, where her Harper contacts are waiting to report. So we're going to do this. We're going to explore the last bit of this area before moving on in this video. And yeah, that is pretty good. Is there anything else here? No, I think we're good. Okay, so I think we should probably talk to her. Hi Jaheira, get her in the group.
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
Oh, you may also notice, oh my goodness, I've got that silly bug back. My graphics settings might look a little bit different. I updated my graphics card because of Expedition 33. Go and check it out, amazing game. And yeah, then NVIDIA decided to reset my graphics every time I launched a game, not just like the first time, but it kept on doing it. So I had to like play around with my graphics, and I thought I had them right, but apparently there's still a little bit, there's some tweaks that need to be done. So some things are going to look amazing, some things look a bit icky. Please just ignore it as best as you can. Join me.
As you wish.
Yay! And we can level
Let me guess, you
Jaheira
need something.
up. I love Jaheira. I love like her attitude, how jokey she is with people. She's got like a playful sense of humour, which I appreciate. Cantrips, I'm not too bothered about this. I'm probably just going to go with resistance, I think. And here as well, she can level up and get some more level 5 spell slots. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily use stone skin, so I might get rid of that. I do like these like minor elemental type things and these conjuring ones, so I might go ahead and take that for her. Yeah, not too fussy about that, to be honest. One thing I do really like to do with Jaheira is she has this conjure woodland being, so I can go ahead and conjure a companion for her. And here she is. She's kind of glam So I don't know why my nose is itching like crazy right now. I'm so sorry. Let me just... Okay, I'm ready to go. Yeah, so we've got, she looks so cool. Look at her eyes. She's a hottie. But the amazing thing about this is if you go to the Dryad, you can also conjure a fallen lover, summon a woodwode bound to your tree to fight alongside you. So you basically get 2 companions for the price of 1, which is really, really fun, I think. So yeah, I like to do that with Jaheira. The other thing that I can now do at this level is have her wild shape, and she can now wild shape into a dinosaur. I'm not going to do that right now because I feel like it might trigger Astarion after his adventures in Chult.
What in the hells? Ginny, where did you send me?
But she can also wild shape into things like an owlbear or a panther, which I think is very, very fun. So this is Jaheira. She's also got on, just for those of you who like builds, currently she's got the Robe of Supreme Defenses on. While concentrating, you add your spellcasting ability modifier to your saving throws, and you gain a +1 to armor class. Circlet of Hunting, Derivation Cloak, Landstrider Braces, Boots of Genial Striding, not sliding. Maybe she could like shh into the scene, into the fight. Sylvian Scimitar, Speedy Reply, the Hunting Shortbow that she's not actually proficient in, but it gives her advantage against monstrosities and Hunter's Mark, so I figured why not. She's also got the Caustic Band, the Poisoner's Ring, and the Amulet of the Harpers, because of course she does, but that's kind of her little build at the moment. She's not, her approval's not amazing with either of us, but I'm sure we can get to know her a little bit more. She'll love us eventually. Anyway, the team today is Cordia, Astarion, Gale, and Jaheira, and this is the crew that we're setting out with today to Worms Crossing. I'm like listening for dialogue, because I always feel like this is like a dialogue trigger point, so I might just have them like run back into a couple of times and just see if we trigger any new chatter with Jaheira in the party. They're all getting buffed by Sylvanas' blessing as well, I think. Oh no, I think Halcyon has that.
Probably break his nose. Good point.
The little buffs they keep getting. What is that? Resistance to poison damage. Oh, that must be because of the woodwode, perhaps? Is it? I don't know. Cool anyway, whatever's happening. I feel like we should help out some of the locals as well, you know, some of the local commerce. Some of them, I do feel like some of them are cashing in a little bit on this sudden influx of like people into the city. Some of them are definitely shenaniganing, but I also feel like contributing to the local economy in a time of crisis can really go a long way, so we're going to help a few people out here.
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be?
So we're going to trade, but instead of buying from him, because he doesn't have a lot of fish to be honest, we're going to help him out by donating somewhere. I had this all prepared. Where's it gone? Oh, here we go. Cordy's got it. We're going to give him some fish from our camp supplies and just make sure he's got enough to kind of like feed everybody, feed his family, all that kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and barter. Oh no, I don't want to. Yeah, we're donating. There we go. Donate these items. Cool.
Come back soon. Fresh catch every day, guaranteed.
I wouldn't say our fish are entirely fresh, but I'm sure you'll be able to make use of them. So we talked to these people already. Is there anyone else we haven't spoken to yet? How about this person here? No? Hello, sir.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art?
I'll take a look. Astarion, you like art. So what I am interested in, not really his art so much, but the inks, the dyes. Definitely want to have a look at some of these. So cobalt, boreal blue, green dye. I actually think I need some green dye for Jaheira. I think I'm out of like basic green dye. I use light blue dye, so I'll grab some of that. Mellow fruit dye. I actually need red dye. All these like basic dyes that I haven't bought for a while, I'm running low on. Swamp green dye, scarlet and red dye. I think I've got a few of those currently, so I think I'm good for that. So I'm going to trade him. I'm going to trade it. Actually, do you know what? We'll buy that off him. Balance offer. Barter. And then I'm going to give him some that I'm not going to use myself. So I don't really use orange dye. And I feel like I had another one. Light blue dye, baby blue and gold dye. I don't really like that one. So yeah, I'm going to barter and donate those ones to him. There we go. Friends! Friends!
Do come again.
Will do. So if I do need more dyes, I can keep checking in on him, like every time I long rest, and his stock will rotate. Anyone else around here? Hello? Who can I talk to? These people here? Calf Hammerhead. Hello.
If you're here to shop, just buy what's needed, alright? Some people are panic buying. Let's not add to the problem.
Okay, Judgy McJudgeface, I was actually donating.
Why is everyone acting so normal? The Absolute armies are coming. We need to stock up.
So she's the one panic buying. I was curious to see what they were talking about. I might just hover around.
10 loaves of bread. Are you sure?
The neighbours said they had 15.
The neighbours are talking out their asses. Besides, our pantry is full.
What if there's food shortages? Rationing. We can't leave anything to chance.
If it'll make you feel better, then fine. 15 loaves it is.
Okay, so what's actually happening is the people who have money, the people from Baldur's Gate who are a little bit, like, not even like the fanciest people, but they've got a little bit of money to buy up, like, excess food.
They might have something we've forgotten.
No, don't go to Rivington.
Like what?
I don't know, but I'll know it when I see it.
Let's just stick to the list.
The Absolute's armies lay siege. They won't care about a stupid list. We have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Whatever we need, we can get in Worm's Crossing.
Yeah, she's right. Don't go to Rivington. That's where the refugees are, and they need everything they can get, unless you're donating. Which, we should go back and donate more to the refugees, to be fair. Maybe we'll do that in the next episode. Let me know if you want me to do that in the comments.
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for?
But yeah, people are basically going buying up everything when there's like a food short, like, or panicking about there being a food shortage, which is meaning that the poorer people are going to have to pay more expensive prices for what's left. And yeah, it's not good. Like, don't do that. Don't be the people who go in there buying up all the bloody toilet rolls. I remember, like, during the crisis when everybody was panic buying toilet roll for some unknown reason. Going into the supermarket, which is a pretty big supermarket near me, and like there being like no toilet roll, and I just needed to replace the toilet roll, right? I was just like using a reasonable amount, and there was like two, like it was one of those like blessing moments. I feel there was like 2 packets right at the back of the top shelf that were really hard to reach, like, and they were like, you know, like a 4-pack. And there was a woman and she was stood there looking at it and she was like too short to reach. And I've got like, I used to work as a VM, like I used to be working with displays, and I feel like because of that I've got like really big stretchy long arms, like my arms stretched to the job. So I was able to like get up on my tippy toes and like kind of like get them and like knock them forward so that we could both have a packet. And she was looking at me like she thought I was going to take them like right in front of her. But I gave her one and like took one for myself, and we were like, okay. So I don't know, it's crazy to me. Like, don't be those people. And I do understand like having to look after your own family, but don't do it like excessively, you know, where you're taking from other people, because that's really bad. Okay, what am I donating to him? So you can have some pork shoulder. I know you're fruit and vegetables, sir. I'm sorry if you're like vegetarian, vegan, but say I am too. But again, like 4 pork shoulders can go a long way. So that's a lot of soup, and you've got the bones as well to kind of make broth out of. So we're gonna barter and donate those. There we go.
If you're hungry, you know where to find me.
There we go. We're just doing our little bit, you know. We're doing what we can.
Enjoyed it.
There's some people here enjoyed it.
I had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor clawing at my door the very next morning.
Excuse me, what are they talking about? I'm gonna give them a second.
How long do the effects last?
It depends on the person and their virility. For you, I'd recommend 2 doses.
2? That seems like a lot.
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To feel her fingers grip yours in pure ecstasy?
Shh. People will hear.
I am stood right next to you listening.
Good. Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
This is a hottie. Look at her outfit.
If you are in need of some pleasurable assistance, might I direct you to Sharess's Caress? I only deal with referrals.
Well, actually, I've had all the pleasure I wanted from the
I
Sharess's
sense
Caress.
some hesitation in you. Speak, good sir.
It's just embarrassing to need something like this.
Whatever for? Does the hand not assist the lips? The lips the tongue? If your mighty mass needs...
Your mighty mass?
I got it. And thanks.
Oh, that's so funny.
Of course. Set your worries at ease. You're in safe hands.
I'm gonna have to pause because of all the chatter, but I like what she was saying there about, like, why would you be ashamed of needing this, like, extra bit of help when your intentions are good, when your intention is to bring someone pleasure? Like, why be embarrassed about that? Like, I like that attitude. That's good.
Every substance has been tried and tested by yours truly.
This conversation. What does it feel like?
In a word, sir, exquisite. Almost painfully so. My body burned like the noonday sun.
And the other person with you, they enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it? Sir, I had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor clawing at my door the very next morn.
Okay, so this is basically the balcony area of the Sharess's Caress. We've already kind of been up here, so we don't need to go back that way. Down here it's a little bit sad because...
How long do the effects last?
This is like a little, I don't know, it's like an undergroundy area. It feels like there's a lot of like homeless people taking shelter down here. I do feel, I kind of wish that we could speak to someone down here, you know, like if there was a way to kind of like speak to someone and get some kind of like sneaky information about the guards. I wish there was like more purpose to this area, but it does mean that you can kind of like sneak around, because here's the guards up here, and like potentially like jump down this way if you've got like Featherfall or something, or Misty Step. So that's just like a little sneaky route basically. So not much point going down there. Calms. It's just chaos. There's so much going on. Let's go in here.
Calms.
Okay.
How else was I supposed to see the wrong?
Hello? Hi! Over here! Me!
What? Come in here then. If you want to talk to me, come in here. Sir? Come on, come back in here. I want to like shut the door and make it quieter. Narva. Narva's a really fun character. He's one of the very, very few American actors in the game, and people are suspicious that they've intentionally made a very, very like annoying, overly enthusiastic character as one of the only people voiced by an American, which I am not saying if that's true or not. You know, a lot of my audience, you're from America. I love you. That kind of like very loud puppy dog energy, I think, is quite characteristic of Americans, and sometimes for Europeans who tend to be a little bit more reserved. I'm pretty loud, but you know, for people who tend to be a little bit quieter and more reserved, to have an American in the room, it's like a bull in a china shop sometimes. I love you. Please like the video. Please don't leave me.
Some good old-fashioned...
Put him up! Put him up!
Why? What do you want?
Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me!
Oh.
My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter?
Why don't you actually fight me? We'll duel, and I'll tell you.
Sure. I'll just raise my fists and... it's no use. I can't do it. Guess old Narber's more of a talker than a fighter.
That's okay. Maybe pick a different career.
Whew. I was hoping you'd say that. To tell you the truth, I don't actually like hurting people very much, or getting hurt. It's a good job I ran into you.
Oh, he is an absolute character. Let's talk to him again.
Roar! 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 Are you scared? Did you wet your pants? Did you? Did you?
I like that you'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna say, let me guess, you decided to try being a barbarian.
That's right! You got it! Yay! So how did I do? Are you quaking in your boots with fear?
He's got such puppy dog energy. We can pretend to be terrified, but I'm gonna be like, sure, why not?
Yes! Narber has found his calling! Maybe not.
So he's a funny little guy. He basically, he goes through all 12 of the adventurer roles if you keep talking to him, and we're going to get like a little reward for doing so, but it's a lot to do all at once, so we're going to kind of keep coming back to Narber to see who he's pretending to be. For now, I'm going to talk to Carmen Pennygood. We know that name, actually. Pennygood. Figaro Pennygood is on the list of names of people who are going to get murdered by the cult of Baal, so she may be related. We should probably give her a bit of a heads up, see if she knows Figaro.
Ahoy, stranger. Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gams. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for?
I'm not going to be mean to her. Actually, I don't know. Let's see what she says. I'm going to say it differently. Still working on the pattern, Carmen.
Ugh. If it's empty patter you want, get your clothes from my brother Figaro. But if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after, Calm's Gams as you covered.
Calm's Gams. It did say to look out for a dwarf in red. I don't think she's going to be the killer, but you never know. Let's just check. So you don't get on with your brother?
You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I did. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick.
I mean, that's motive. I want to say this though first. Maybe Figaro wanted his sister close. You just lost your dad after all.
Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, you want clothes or not?
Well, the thing is, your brother is in danger. I found his name on a serial killer's list.
A killer? That's... God. I've no love from my brother, but that's extreme. He doesn't deserve that. Thanks for warning me, but it's him that needs warning, and he never listens to me.
We'll find him, and we'll warn him. Don't worry. But in the meantime, let me take a look at your wares. So...
Sounds good. Get you something a bit... Fresher than your current outfit.
Very well. So I do like getting to this point because she does have a lot of the fancier clothing in the game. Not everything, but we can get a decent amount of stuff for her. And if we're going to go to this coronation of Gortash in kind of like the big banquet hall of Worms Crossing, Worms Rock Fortress, then we're going to need some fancier clothes. Like, some of us have some nice stuff, but I think a few extra pieces is going to be really nice. I really like this City of Brass outfit for Astarion. It says, though the name is an exaggeration, the fabled city's heat would burn the fabric black stitch by stitch. The sheer magnificence of this ensemble's appeal is not lost. I cannot speak. So I really like that one. We already have some of these comfortable ash meadow. This one I really like for Will. Fastidiously perfect outfit. Nimble Fingers designed and created this outfit. So I think I might take that one for Will. What else do we have here? The Rayfish garb is okay. Solemnity outfit in gold medallions. I like this for Gale if we change the colour of it, I think. One of Master Figaro's what? Why are you selling your brother's stuff? One of Master Figaro's collective pieces. This outfit maintains the praise and grace of the wearer. Honestly, it elevates it considerably. Bad poise becomes competent poise. Competent becomes strong. Strong becomes spiffing. Excellent word. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm going to take one of the Rayfish garb as well, just in case, because it does look good on like people like Karlak sometimes. There's also this one, the sweetly tailored outfit, fashioned at the hands of someone deeply skilled, or at the very least someone who was having a good day at the loom and the tailor shop. We'll take that too. So we've got some decent stuff now. I'm also going to go ahead and grab a couple more dyes. Let's see what she has. Pale pink, pink leaf, Harlequin black and white dye. I don't think I want 7 of them, but I'll take a couple of them because they do come in quite handy. Sorry if you can hear bumbling around. I think one of my kids have just got out of bed. I can also smell apple pie. My eldest is making apple pie right now, and I am really looking forward to that when I finish filming. I think we're pretty good. I might also I feel like we've got some of these anarchic white outfits, but I'm going to take that as well just in case, because I can, and it's not too expensive. So let's balance offer and purchase those. There we go.
Remember, Calms Garms, here for all your fashion needs.
Yes, thank you so much. So yeah, we've got a decent amount of stuff now. So in between episodes, before we go and basically crash the Grand Duke coronation of Gortash, we're gonna get all dressed up and fancy, so at least we can do it in style. Let's have another chat with Narba. Hey, how are you doing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Cordia.
Happy birthday to you. What do you think? Am I a good bard?
He sings it better than I do. I don't know. Tell me what you think, but I find Happy Birthday a really hard song to sing. I don't know, it must just be the pitch or the tone. I can't get it. So I always sound like really like, happy birthday to you, and like flat, or like, happy birthday to you, and like annoying. I can't get the tone right. So I think he did quite a good job. Honestly, it's a hard song to sing. Where's my birthday cake?
Oh, sorry, shit. I didn't know bards had to bake too.
Oh no, they don't. I was making a joke. Although my bard downstairs with their apple pie smells like they're doing a good job.
Bless us with your gentle, no, holy, spirit. No, soul, no, spirit. Your powers, your divine powers. Bother.
Oh, I should be able to help him with this because I am a cleric myself of Illistery. Are you trying to pray?
You're very good at this. Perhaps you could teach me. I'm trying to pray. Am I doing this right?
Which god are you praying to?
There's more than one? Shit.
Right. How many times did I talk to him then? Let's talk to him again. Oh, we did it twice, didn't we? Cleric and Bard. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm you with Narber because bless his little cotton socks, he is quite a lot. But let's have a little bit of a look around here. New idea. Just again, she does have a motive. I don't think she's the person we're looking for, but she has got a motive. She doesn't like her brother. I think that the whole bar list thing is a little bit more than just a general dislike of one person, but let's just check out the place. So this is ideas for new outfits. Ankle scarves. I think ankle scarves sound like a great idea. I could go for ankle scarves. It sounds really, really cute. A little bit like when you get like a little bow on your socks, or like Morris dancers. Do Morris dancers have ankle scarves? I don't know. In my head they do. Oxbow ties sounds very fancy. Bucket hats could be fashionable. Displacer cloaks. Hard to source outside of circus. I could definitely go for a displacer cloak. It's basically the displacer beast cloak, and it gives you, I think it gives you like advantage on attack rolls because you kind of like shimmer in and out of existence. They're very cool. I like them in D&D as well. Face ruffs, like a ruff, but like around your, it could work. You'd look like a flower. 2-person waistcoats. That sounds cozy. I think that'd be good for winter. Or conjuring twins, you know. We're not going to steal from her. I don't think we need to poke around any of her cupboards, but we've got the Needled Book. A book on advanced dressmaking, fitted with materials like spare needles, measures and patterns, is riddled with handwritten annotations, and most of its accoutrements have been removed. So it does sound like Calm really does genuinely care a lot about her business. Let's have a quick look here as well. Letter from Figaro, okay. This is the person who is on the list of people to be killed, who we have to protect. Dear sister, do take care not to tell your customers to return to facemakers. I do not want them confusing your horrendous designs for my own. I hope this finds you blessed. Figaro. Yeah, so no love lost between these siblings. I don't know, it could just be like normal sibling banter, to be fair. Scented letter. A fancy letter with a light musk of good perfume. Dearest Carmen, the work samples in your last correspondence were most exceptionally well received. In particular, those fabulous straw hats were a hit. The League of Basket Makers and Wicker Workers thought the patterns and structures were fabulous, and the hat shapes themselves were not too far from their usual specification. They requested some more samples, post-haste samples, so they're not paying for these, or if they are paying for them, they're just paying cost price. With more business to follow, oh happy day. Mistress Seamlock, order of master tailors, glovers and mercers, Waterdeep. Oh, do you know what? If Calm's getting in with Waterdeep, Waterdeep has some wonga because Girls from Waterdeep is a very, very fancy place. So
Could be.
it seems like Calm is really being very, very business minded and like entrepreneurial, and she's making some really good connections for herself. So you know what, Carmen? You're doing a great job. Let's talk to Narber again. Sniffing back.
Aha! You fell for it!
Okay.
I'm pretending to be a dog. Everyone likes dogs.
That actually works for you very well. Oh my gosh, you can say correct, but nobody likes Narber. That is harsh. Great, carry on then. Okay. Definite golden retriever energy.
Behold, mundane meddler, you step in the domain of a master speller. For I am to be the most mighty wizard!
This gives the kind of player who would fireball their friends. I wouldn't trust them with a fireball. What's your favorite spell?
Wizard? W-I-Z-A-R-D. Z A R D. Wizard.
No, spell, as in a magic spell. The thing that wizards cast.
Wait, there's another step after that? Ugh, rats.
Yes. Maybe go back to being a dog. Okay, we're gonna leave him for now, but we can come back to him and keep chatting with him. I don't want to do it all at once because I think he's a bit much. Yeah, let's give him a minute to think about what he wants to be next, basically. Okay, we've got some people here. Hi.
The Gondians built the steel watch.
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
Okay, so these guys are talking about the steel watch. Hi.
Excuse me, we're discussing steel watcher gyrometics. A topic beyond your understanding, I imagine.
A bit rude, but accurate. Yes, I have no idea what that would mean.
As if any of us would be so fortunate.
Imagine seeing a watcher power up for the first time. My heart flutters at the thought.
Yes, darling, it's
I'd
very
love to see one of them in a fight. A real fight. They crush everyone.
They're funny. They're kind of like...
Simply
astonishing
feat of genius.
So they're kind of like the nerds about the steel watch.
Are you a steel watcher fan too? If so, we meet here every day to discuss their mechanics.
Carry on, but I don't know, potential way to get into the steel watch foundry if these guys are experts, you know?
My mate got thrown by a steel watcher. Lucky bugger. The trajectory was perfection.
You want to be thrown by them? Okay, I'll leave you to it then. I mean, personally, I think they look rather scary. Okay, we've got some more citizens here. Got a lady here. Are you a hag? Because I've been tricked by ladies like you before, and I don't mean to be rude, but whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed, we've got the tool for the job, excuse me.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job.
She's giving hag. She's giving, like, whether you want to have, you know, a baby stolen or what. I don't know, what else did she get up to? A man turned to stone, somebody driven mad by being able to see the future. Like, what do you mean, any job? There were meant to be a grand total of 3 hags in Baldur's Gate, including Auntie Ethel, I believe, in the original kind of design. I don't know. I feel like she could have been one of them. I don't mean to be ageist. I do have some extra thieves tools. I've got a lot of lockpicking kits, and you do seem like, I don't know, she has got thieves tools and trap disarming toolkits, so I think maybe she's just allied with the Harpers, and she's kind of like, if you need to get into a locked room, the Harpers have your back. I'm hoping she's just a Harper, so I'm going to go ahead and barter and give her those. She also has things like holy water, so I guess if you're fighting vampires, then she's got the tools for that job as well.
Whatever you're working on, hope that fixes it for you.
I mean, I gave you items, but okay. I don't want to talk to the steel watch yet. I'm going to avoid those. So the next place to go, I guess, is these 2 people here.
Dinner with my parents, remember?
Invented the steel watch.
It was such a bargain. We can't return it.
No.
So he was meant to be buying a suit and he bought armor.
I'd love to chat, but I've got a suit to find. Who knew buying something so simple would take the bones of a day?
Okay.
You have got to check out Dan Thelon's dancing acts. Their leatherwork is amazing.
You should go to Kalmsgarm. She has some lovely things.
Let's go to Kalmsgarm. She has the most fabulous scent. It's perfect for a shirt.
He spent all his money on armor.
You told me the armor was a bargain.
It was.
but good armor is hard to find.
One of them in a fight.
Maybe I could wear it to dinner with your folks.
You're not wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
And the Danish.
Oh my goodness. That's quite funny. And that's funny as well because he's clearly like, he doesn't have a job or anything where he would need to wear armor because it would have been provided for him or he'd already have it apparently. So this is like he is playing dress up. I think this whole area in general is a bit of a joke about like people going to like D&D con type things and cosplayers and things like that in a friendly way, in like in an affectionate way.
Danthelon's dancing axe.
Ah, Jaheira, we found it. What does this sign say here? Can I click on it?
A hero is nothing without the right equipment. See Danthelon's dancing axe for all your adventuring needs.
Okay.
All deliveries must be addressed to Danthelon shop floor. The cellar is currently closed to the public.
Why is the cellar closed? Tell me more. Okay, I feel like this is a get in and shut the door type situation, quite frankly. If this is like a Harper place. But I can't get my Woodward in. Get in here, Woodward. He's not coming in. Okay, I give up. Hello, Somi.
Don't draw any trouble on old Enthal. He acts like he's up for it, but he's retired for a reason.
That's really cute, actually, that he's like looking after him. He's like, he might pick a fight with you, but he's all bark, no bite. He's old, he's retired. Don't fight him, kind of thing. Okay, let's have a chat with him then. Hi, Danthelon. Is he called Danthelon? Enthal Danthelon.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
You can turn off the charm, Entharl. She's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key.
Okay, nice. So I believe if you don't have Jaheira with you, you're probably going to have to do a few checks to kind of like get the key and get access down there unless you sneak in. But yeah, we've got Jaheira. Like, I paid attention to the assignment, so... what do I want to say? I'm going to say, pleased to meet you, Harper Enthal.
You seem a nice sort, so I'll assume the insult was accidental.
Entharl's no Harper, and claims no love for those who are. But he's been known to shelter us when we need it.
Enthal has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today.
Yeah, I like the relationship. I like the banter between them. It's funny. Wait, I would actually like to take a look at your stock.
To buy? You're already my favorite.
I mean, watch out for Astarion. He has known to have had sticky fingers. Okay, what does he have that I might want? Has he got Oil of Bane? I could do with a potion of invisibility. Does he have, like, accuracy, remedial potion? I was wondering if he had the thing that gives you better initiative, but I don't see it. Okay, what else does he have? Arrow of humanoid slaying. He's got some really decent stuff, actually. Blightbringer. Attacking gnomes or dwarves with this weapon receives a 1d4 bonus to attack and damage rolls. I don't think we need to attack specifically gnomes or dwarves, except for that one that's kind of committing the murders. When this weapon lands a critical hit, it also slows the target creature, and that is applied to anyone. I might take that. I don't know if we're going to end up using it, but it's better to have it and not need it. Harmonic Jeweler. Mellow Harmony. What's this? You make a performance check, success granting all your melee weapon attacks additional damage equal to your charisma modifier. Interesting. I don't know if we need that specifically. It's a bit expensive. I might have a think about that one. I'm thinking if I took that, it would either be for Astarion because he's a bard, but I do like the weapons he has, or Will, but Will has some really good weapons, so I feel like it'd be one of those things that I wouldn't end up using. What else does he have? So he has some really good stuff. The Horns of the Berserker. Seeking blood, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls when attacking creatures that have already taken damage. That'd be good for someone like Karlach, I think, where she's doing like lots of attacks. Unarmed and melee attacks that deal an extra 2 necrotic damage, as long as you don't have full health. If you don't deal any damage, you take 1d4 necrotic damage at the end of your turn. Maybe that's not that great then. Maybe I don't want to take that. The other thing I might take is... What's this? Gauntlets of the War Master. Heightened maneuver. Targets have disadvantage on saving throws against your maneuver and weapon attacks. That could be really good. It's very expensive. Again, I might have a think about that. The one thing that I do specifically want, and I was talking about this in Khan's Garms, Cloak of Displacement. At the beginning of the wearer's turn, the cloak activates, granting enemies a disadvantage on attack rolls against the target wearer. The attack effects last until the wearer takes damage. So that is pretty cool. That's going to prevent people getting a hit on us. So I might give that to one of my melee fighters. I'm just going to kind of take all this for now. Snow dusted monastery gloves. I don't feel like I need extra ice knife. Some of these are modded items. So I don't really want to take the modded items. Sorcerer's tunic. I think, yeah, that's a modded item. That's from the sorcerer's stuff. Yeah, I don't want to take any of those. Okay, I think we're good. I think that's what I'm going to take. Balance offer. Thank you very much, Danthelon. It's okay, puppy. It's only me.
A pleasure. Jakira needs more friends like you.
Paying
Right,
friends,
Sully.
I see.
You're on the door till our friends are done. Gods forbid we do any business today.
Okay, so... things are going down and Somi is watching the door. I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. So there are some things we can take. If you're doing honor mode and you short supply packs, there's one here. Heavy supply pack, which sounds very, very good. I'm not going to rob the man. We don't need to, so I don't want to provoke him unnecessarily. We've also got 10?
You break it, you... well, knowing Enthal, it was already broken.
It's okay, puppy. It's only me. It's okay. We're just ignoring the puppy. It's fine. Let's not worry about it. Okay, anything else back here? Again, we could poke around and rob the place. I don't think we need to. Let me know if there is anything that I should get, anything that I'm missing, but I think we're all right. Okay, so here we are in the back room. Rusty key. When I was kind of like testing, there was some like random citizen that had managed to like glitch into here that was just roaming around. And I had to like unlock these doors and try and get them to leave. It was quite funny, to be honest. Button. There we go. So we've got an escape route should we need it, and also a way to get to kind of like the higher levels. But we are gonna go down here. I want to save actually, just in case. All right, I'm saving. We're good. It's gonna be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I hope the puppy next door's okay. It's probably just like someone knocking on like the postman or something, and like... I'm just making sure everybody's down here before we do anything here. Are we missing Gale? Come on, Gale. There we go. Okay, so we're underneath Danthelon's dancing axe, and I would love to just go ahead and pick this up if possible, but it's red and I'm gonna get in trouble if I do. Okay, let's move forward and have a bit of a chat, I think.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes. Hi, Harper. Standing beneath Selûne's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's using Selûne's tears as some kind of code.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
So yeah, Marcus was the guy with the wings at Last Light Inn who tried to take Isabel, the cleric, and take her back to Moonrise.
Hello, Isabel.
So yeah, he was a Flaming Fist, which was how he kind of like infiltrated the Last Light Inn, but he was working for Ketheric at the same time. So yeah, Jaheira's telling us, like he's telling Jaheira Selûne's tears, which is like the code word for something's wrong, and Jaheira's telling us that this person's a traitor, basically. So we don't want to be like, Marcus was a cultist, what are you implying? Because that would kind of like give away the fact that we know. We'll wait for Jaheira's signal. We trust her in this moment. It's her people.
The problem with Marcus, of course, we didn't end on the best of terms.
Okay, we got the jump on them, the surprise, which means we get a whole turn to try and take them out before they get an attack on us. I am worried about this oil barrel here, and specifically about Harper Geraldus. I want to keep him alive because he obviously is the good guy who was kind of telling us that something's wrong. Like, I don't know what's going on with these ones, but these are the ones that we need to take out. There's also one up here as well, somewhere. Where is he? There. So there's 4 of them that we need to take out. So yeah, I am worried that if he runs this way, because he is an archer, so the chance is that he's going to run backwards to take the shot. He might get close to this, so I kind of want to pick that up. However, I also want to kind of take them out as fast as I can, and I want to try... I want to try and do something like lightning bolt, but I'd like to be able to get there. I don't know if I can get them all. I'm going to go as high level damage as I possibly can and hope that I don't get anyone outside. Imagine it went through the wall and got a guard. I can get all 3 of these, so that's really, really good. Which ones go first? The one next to me, the one in the middle. Yeah, it's these 3 on the bottom row that go first, and then the one at the top goes next. So, yeah, let's try and get them. Okay. Most of them have taken a lot of damage. The one that's like the leader still has a lot of hit points. I'm going to go ahead and use my Quicken spell, because I'm a sorcerer, to do that again. And again, I'm going to go with a level 4 spell for this one. Because we've got backup, I think we're going to be okay. Okay, that was decent. I'm pleased with that. I was also considering using my bonus action to use Sanctuary on him, but the thing is, Sanctuary means that he can't be attacked directly, and if he runs over to this barrel, they can still hit the barrel and do area damage on him, so it would have been a bit of a waste. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to climb up. There's no ladder there. Oh, there is. I thought I'd destroyed it. I'm going to start making my way towards that ladder there, so that I can get up there and get a shot on him on my next turn, if I need to. I don't think I'm going to need to.
Not but another harvest.
Right, Jaheira. Jaheira is not messing around. I am gonna... How do I turn into an animal? That's an action. What I'm thinking is I would love to attack him as like an owlbear or something, but it takes her action. She only has one action, so I wouldn't actually be able to attack him on this turn. So I'd rather do damage on this turn. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Misty Step up behind him.
Simple enough.
High, which means he's in melee, which if you are fighting against somebody who's an archer, again, they're either going to have disadvantage being that close, or they're going to have to move away from you to get into range, which means that you get a free hit on them, because he would be running out of her melee, and she would get an opportunity attack. So then I'm going to go and do something that's like a really high level damage, which I think is going to be Blight. Level 5 Blight. Let's go. Decent amount of damage there. 29 damage. Sweet. So half his hit points are gone and we still have Astarion. So Astarion, do you want to go ahead and do a blinding shot on him? I know your path's interrupted. Come over here. Come closer to the oil barrel. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Oh, I can also do my sneak attack, which is 75% chance of hitting. Let's do that.
More of Orin's doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
Mahler's mark. How many more Harper's dead?
Malar's mark. So Malar is like a werewolf, right? Malar's mark. Isn't that what the guy thought he had in talking about Auntie Ethel and the hag? Like the guy who was turned to stone, didn't he think he had Malar's mark? Does it like turn you into stone or something? No. Didn't he say something like your outsides become your inside or something? I don't know. I don't want to think about that too much. It's kind of gross. Oh, there's a supply pack down here as well. So again, if you are doing honor mode and doing those extra, the extra cost of the long rests, that is going to be really, really handy to have at this point. Tanner's Delight. Who else? So this person here. Kill order. You won't have to wear those Harper smiles much longer. Orin has given the order. Kill the crone, that means Jaheira. But not before you tell her how her little soldiers died. So they killed the Harpers that they took the bodies of. Preserve some hair or sinew if you can. The Chosen would like to string a harp of her own. So what does that mean? Because Orin's the Chosen, right? So Orin wants to like string a harp with Jaheira's hair. That's gross. Orin is messed up. But I will take that. So see, they did have, if I bring this over here, arrows of fire, which they would have probably used to blow up that oil barrel there. Let's go and check this last one up here. Garv. So I feel bad for Jaheira because these were her people, you know. And they were trying to... You know, these weren't her people. These were shapeshifters, doppelgangers who'd killed the people that they were pretending to be. So that's really tough for Jaheira that she's kind of lost her people in that way. Okay, anything else here? Inside? Oh, some sausages. Don't mind if I do. And some cheese for Gale. He loves a bit of water-deep cheese. The city's Harpers appear to operate independently, each cell feeding into a ranking member who oversees the larger network. It's an effective method, distributing their efforts and ensuring that each unit is safeguarded against the infiltration of the others. But once already compromised, this structure is the greatest weakness, with no individual Harper being able to tell where the containment began and how far it has spread. And so while they scramble to rebuild themselves, we carry on with the Chosen's work. Right, okay, so they were exploiting the weakness, basically. Right, let's go and talk to Geraldus and just make sure he's okay after that, because he clearly was warning us, So he was probably kept hostage or something like that by them.
Did I get it right?
Selûne's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead, evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult. Hi, Harper. They're part of it. Ballists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! Hi, Harper! Please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else?
Future editing rally, edit this out. Where did I put my phone? I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Jaheira was being a bit mean there to Geraldus. I do kind of see what she's saying there about, like, you could go and live as anything, like, why die a Harper? I think Jaheira's feeling this sense of responsibility because he's quite young as well, clearly, that, you know, she's putting her people in danger. They died because they're Harpers, right? They were targeted because of her orders. So, yeah, she's feeling this sense of this was my fault, but then projecting slightly onto him where, you know, she's being a bit harsh on him and saying, like, I don't expect you to die for me, but to, you know, put people in danger, when what else was he supposed to do when the other option probably was that he was also going to be tortured and killed, like the others had clearly been, according to Jaheira. So, you know, she is being a bit harsh on him because, to be fair, he did what they told him to do, but then he was warning her, like, he used the code. So I think he did pretty much the best that he could have done in that situation. It'd be interesting to kind of like look back. I don't know if there is any kind of note that he sent. I'd have to like look back through the things that we've picked up along the way. I don't think there is, but I wonder if in those initial orders he was using Selûne's tears, and she just didn't pick up on it until that point. Yeah, I think he did what he, you know, he did what he should do, right? He followed the code. So, I don't agree with Jaheira that he should go and live his life, because that's not listening to what he wants to do, because he's saying, this is what I signed up for, this is what I want to do, right? We can tell her off, enough of the Harper dramatics, but we've got these options. We could call her out on it, basically. We could say no one can make that choice for him, not even you, High Harper. If he chooses to continue to fight, you know, what is she going to do to stop him? That's his choice. We can call her out on a bullshit though. Wait, Jaheira, you're acting like this is his fault when it's yours. I feel like that's a little bit too harsh though, because I think deep down she knows it's her fault. She does respect when you're quite truthful and blunt with her though. I think I'm going to go with the top one. No one can make that choice for him. Not even you, High Harper.
I want to fight. For Kelvin. For all of them. So it means something.
Death is death. To look for meaning in it is foolishness, boy. Childish storybook nonsense. Exactly the kind that Harper would spout, I suppose. Fine. I have no right to make the choice for you. Not when this mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult, without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here.
Okay. Yeah, Lila, recover from what just happened. Yeah, Jaheira, you've not been truthful, eh? I'm gonna have a quick drink of water. It's kind of dry in the house today for some reason. It's been very wet, like in the UK for the past couple of days. So it's been a lot cooler, which has been a lot more refreshing, but it's been really drafty. So having the window open means that my curtains are kind of like billowing out and knocking things over. So I've had this mix of like enjoying the draft, but I have to keep closing my window, which is making stuffiness. And then with my computer fan on as well, I'm like, oh. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Jaheira, what's up?
Orin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves.
Oh, also, I was checking the voice actors for Expedition 33, and I was trying to like not get too many story spoilers, but I was kind of just looking at the names of who is in it, and the actress who plays Jaheira is also in Expedition 33, so we're gonna have to like listen out for her voice, because from what I've seen of her kind of exhibitions and kind of like interviews and things like that, she does have a similar accent to Jaheira, so yeah, we're gonna have to try and see if we can spot her as we're playing that game. Go and check out Expedition 33 because I'm so excited to play more of it. Until we know what the false faces are, we cannot trust anyone besides ourselves. Except Geraldus. We're isolated. This is exactly what Orin wanted.
And I was so busy telling you not to take her bait that I scarcely felt the hook in my own mouth. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
The name is as familiar as Jaheira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
So, like Jaheira, I believe that Minsk is a recurring character from the previous Baldur's Gate games. Mad fanbase, played by somebody who is very, very popular in the D&D community in this game. I absolutely know who Minsk is. Cannot wait to meet him. But Cordia wouldn't, right? Cordia... she'd be like, the name's familiar. Obviously, she's spent a lot of time in Baldur's Gate. She's going to be aware of some of the stories. Minsk, the Mad Rashomar, he's a legend.
Larger than the legend, I assure you. Twice as loud, too. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
I have actually got the original Baldur's Gate game, which I intend to play on my channel at some point. And like, I've looked at the face cards, and because of like looking at the wiki and things like that from Baldur's Gate 3, I recognise the face cards of Jaheira and Minsk. And I'm like, oh, they're in this game. Anyway, the last time she saw him, she left him to die. I suspect there's more to the story than that. She wouldn't just leave them to die to be cruel.
There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Mince charged in alone.
Leroy Jenkins!
It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
I wonder if this is actually a choice or like a scene that happens in the previous games. Very, very curious to like come into that when I play those games. Yeah, it'd be interesting if it was a player choice that Baldur's Gate like has chosen that for us. So I assume it's not a choice, it's something that like always happens. I don't know. Curious about it though. Like, she wouldn't have left him easily. She clearly feels guilt about it, you know. You can read it on her face. I like this option. I think this is what Cordia would say. I'm sorry, Jaheira. That is a cruel choice to have to make.
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you. If you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either.
Okay, I think we're just going to be like, yeah, we're doing it, then let's find him. But let's ask though, why are you... excuse me, why are you only telling me this now?
Because I was playing the pragmatist and writing my friend off for dead. Then I met you. If I seem suddenly flushed with hope and soft feeling, you have only yourself to blame. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
That's my home you're talking about, Jaheira. Alright, let's get some reactions. Gale.
Even the venerable Harpers are compromised by the Absolute's poison. A grim turn of events, but one we must take in our stride.
Yes, indeed. Astarion?
So much for the cavalry riding to our rescue. This is what we get for putting our faith in a network of spies, I suppose.
So I will do the same thing of, when we get back to camp, we'll talk to everybody and see if we can get the reactions to that. If I can't get reactions at camp, I'll put them in at this point. I kind of like go back and play again, but with different people and get like everybody's reactions. So if that's going in here, here it is. And if not, if I get them at camp later, we'll see you in camp later. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. Probably should just go and check back in with Danthalon again. I can't get his name right. And just kind of update him on what just happened in his basement, especially if the Flaming Fist happened to be poking around. Let's just make sure Jaheira's with us for this. It takes everybody a minute to get up that ladder, especially because we've got like so many companions, the Dryad and the Woodward. I do like having a little bit of everything in this game though, you know. Hi.
If your lot have cracked another bloody cask,
They're dead, Entharl. Doppelgangers were using them as bait.
Seems they snared more than they could skin in you. Did Geraldus survive?
Alive. But he'll need some time to recover.
I'll tuck the boy up tight till he's ready to get back to harpering. What will you do?
Continue the hunt.
Aye. Silly question, I suppose.
He's so Irish, you know. I'm not familiar with his little turns of phrase. I've got like Irish family, but that style of turn of phrase definitely feels familiar. Okay, come on everybody. So we'll have a quick check back in with Narva.
I don't think that'll work actually.
Just because here he comes, he's running over. Just because again, I like to do it interspersed. I'm not sure how many times we've talked to him at this point. I feel like maybe 6.
Know any fiendish philanthropists? Fickle fey financiers? Eldritch employers? I want to make a pact.
Well, actually, yes, but you seem to be a very sweet soul, and I don't think that you should allow yourself to be taken advantage of like that. You can be really mean to him for some reason. I'm not going to be, though. Are you sure you're ready to be a warlock? To sell your soul for eternity?
My soul? I have to give up my soul to become a warlock?
But if you do want to, there's a devil at Sharessa's Caress who you might want to chat with. I'm not sure how much use he would have for you, but you've been a nice little plaything for him, I think. She wouldn't say that, I'm being mean.
Very well.
This is the Italian monks. I keep doing this. I blame TikTok. Okay. I take finally some peace and quiet. I take it you've tried to. I take it you've decided to try to be a monk.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was in deep meditation, see? Isn't peace and quiet just the best? I'm gonna be the best monk there ever was!
Right, I doubt you'll find peace, but the rest of us might if we're lucky. Excellent. Go back to being silent then.
Narva seals his lips, but you feel the pressure of words behind them. The poor thing is straining, fit to burst.
I can't do it. I have too much to say. You were right. I can't be a monk. I just want to talk. Talking's great. See, you can say words, make friends, tell everyone everything you're thinking and feeling.
As he empties himself of his latest slew of thoughts, you take the opportunity to slip away.
I was going to try and slide off camera, but I hit something. Okay, yeah, let's slip away and just continue with our shopping experience. Listen, I know Chihira's had a moment, but we need supplies. So I'm going to go, and I did say that we were going to explore the rest of this area and just make sure we've covered everything. So we're going to go up here. I think this is the back of... Yeah, this is Raphael's room here. Just to kind of orientate you. So we have this apothecary side.
The Velveteen Elixir.
Ooh, sounds sexy. Hello. Alchemy.
Now here's someone who appreciates the finer things. Welcome, sir.
Hello. So yeah, a little alchemy supply shop. Very, very cute indeed. What's in here? Ooh, let's have a look. Flask of light.
Let's see.
Ooh, is this a recipe? Today in the elf song, Nick Cross sat down across from me. Bold as you like. I gave him this recipe just to see that smile of his. His face lit up, eyes twinkling. But that soothing feeling I'd hoped for didn't come. My skin just prickled painfully as it always does. Wait, what? Flask of light. So this is how to make that. You can read it if you want to. Funny, writing that helpful little rhyme made my jaw clench tight and it hurts. A small annotation on this copy reads, Lenore. Lenore? Wait, Lenore, isn't that the person from the Wizard's Tower in the Underdark? I mean, genuinely, I didn't check in here on my playthrough, so this is a surprise to me. Yeah, Lenore and the Sparks Seeker or something. He made basically all of Cordia's original lightning armor. They did. Yeah, look, yeah. So, okay, wait, hang on. Lenore found this recipe and surprise, surprise, you leapt into my head. Hope you find a little light among the shadow. I'm sure you will, though none as bright as you. Yeah. What is going on? Like, I need to know the full story of this. But we've got a little bit. Can I take that? No, I'd be stealing it. I don't want to steal from him. Okay. Again, we can like poke around in here, but I don't want to get in trouble with this guy. I'm not looking to kind of like rip him off or anything. Potion catalog. Well, yours was here. That's really interesting. Diminution potion of liquid death, potion of deep sleep, darling visage, potion of darling visage. Editor note, a temporal new concoction not yet entered into standard usage. Okay. Display cases that we can't look at. What's this here? On greater healing potions. So this is probably going to teach me the recipe if I don't already know it. Okay, definitely worth poking around here then in that case. Hello, any more books to read before I click on you? What's this? Stag Swift tonic? Camp supplies. That is fancy looking. Okay, hi.
Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no?
Oh, it's lovely. I am actually a fan of incense in real life. Incense, I thought someone was burning birthday shit. Rude. Glorious. Those are some heady top notes.
Aren't they just? You clearly have excellent taste. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, it's quite the establishment you have here.
I must say I'm rather proud of it. The wood panelling cost a fortune, but it's so worth it for the luxe atmosphere it provides.
Again, like, if we're going to talk a little bit in terms of like classism in England, he's got kind of like, I would say probably a Yorkshire accent. I'm not the best at recognising accents, but yeah, it sounds kind of sort of local to here. Like, I'm in Manchester. So yeah, I would say probably something, he's a bit broad, you know? And so maybe like Rochdale way, maybe. Let me know if you disagree with me. But yeah, it's funny that they've got this guy who's, you know, really caring about his business, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got wood panels on the walls and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and he's like, oh, it gives a sense of luxury to like these really posh people who live in Baldur's Gate. Like, it's an interesting, you know, they could have given him a really posh voice, you know, yes, it's worth it for the luxe atmosphere it provides, but then he'd sound snobby, right? Where instead of sounding snobby, he sounds like he's trying to be a fancy businessman. So it's clever, the choice of accent. And this is why I really like when games are voiced by kind of European accents, because I think if you look at something like Dragon Age Veilguard, where there's a lot of an American accents, you don't get those little complexities and those little nuances of the difference an accent can bring to a game. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Again, not to be too classist myself, but I think it's done intentionally. And I say this as somebody who, like, my family lineage, they had a very, very successful kind of business that they basically, if you go back to like cottage industry, years and years ago in England, where people would make things in their in their homes, right? You'd have like seamstresses and things that would work from the homes. And then you got like the factorization. And so my family were like, they came from like a cottage industry that went into this kind of like more factory type business as employees. And then they started their own, right? And so they weren't from the fanciest kind of inherited wealth backgrounds, but they kind of started selling, like they got a shop in London and things like this, and they started selling things that were something that the elite would want to buy, that would make them feel fancy, and they went for like quality instead of quantity and all this stuff, and this is why they were so successful. So again, that idea of kind of like coming from up north and you know, thinking about what kind of things people want in terms of quality and having a business with that in mind, like it kind of reminds me of like my family history, like this guy. So just to kind of explain what my thought process is with him here, because I think a lot of people probably miss him as well because he's like upper level. Anyway, what do you have in stock?
Everything alchemical from potions to poisons. Just do make sure you read the label before quaffing.
Good advice. Do you have the initiative thing? I keep forgetting what it's called. Oil of Bane, remedial potion. I'll take another potion of invisibility. There we go. That's the one I want. Elixir of Vigilance. Drink to gain 5+ bonus to initiative. In addition, you can't be surprised. Replaces effects from other elixirs when drunk. That is going to come in very handy in Act 3. What else do we have? What do I actually need? What's the ingredient for that potion? Because I could also buy more of those, right? Elixir of Vigilance. This might be the kind of faffing I do off camera, to be honest. But yeah, if you want alchemy supplies, there we go. So it's the hooks from the Hook Horrors. So if I buy that as well, I could potentially make more of them myself, especially if I keep checking in with him like every day, if I keep coming back to him. So that might be something I do off camera with my prep, where I kind of keep coming back and doing this like shopping off camera. Potion of Speeds as well. I think I've got quite a few. I don't think I need any more at the moment, but knowing that he sells like the hyena ears as well. I mean, it's £9, so I might as well get it. All right, cool. Thank you, sir. Balance offer. Sweet.
Be sure to savor each purchase.
Oh, I will. They'll come in very useful. I love the style of this place as well. I love like an old-fashioned alchemy shop. Like, the vibe of this place, I really, really love it. Okay, let's keep poking around a little bit though. He's got an urn. More of these Stag Swift tonics.
A potion a day keeps Kalimvor away.
Nice. I was about to turn to my companions and make a comment then, and the reason is because off camera I'm playing with some of my NPCs. I'm playing with a group of 4 of my NPCs from my D&D campaign, and one of them is a cleric of Kalimvor. So I was about to like turn to my companion out of habit.
The Velveteen Elixir cannot be held liable for accidents resulting from the improper brewing of alchemical solutions.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of stuff to poke around at here. I would love to have these for Gale. Like, if I was to steal anything in this place, it would be this alchemical stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we want to click on in here, but let's go out here. Double doors. So this leads us down here. Where we saw that toolmaker lady, and where the steel watch are, and then if we come back round this way, this is back into Danthalon's dancing axe, like where I pressed the button and it opened up. So just there's different ways to get up here if you wanted to do that. There's also this little sneaky place here, which we'll go and have a quick poke around in, just out of curiosity. I did say we were doing like all the things. So group hide.
Really looking shadow.
Historian, can you lockpick this? Actually, do we have the key? We don't have the key. Okay, lockpick. So it's basically like the supply area, like the potion making space for the place that we've just been in. And we did amazing. Lockpicking is not a problem for a Historian. So let's go and have a look. It's not overlooked. So if you are playing, for example, on a mode or you are very, very short of supplies and you really need to stock up and you don't have the funds, it is really quite easy to break into here, and you could absolutely come in here and get some like alchemy supplies if you wanted to. Again, I have no intention of like robbing the guy, but I wanted to let you know that it was here. Let's have a quick look in here. Nothing in that backpack. Anything in this chest? I will actually be a little bit sneaky and take that elixir of vigilance. I'm going to send it to Dirge. Just send Dirge the evidence. Yeah, but I won't take everything else. And you know what? Maybe we could leave something behind as well. Like, so that we're not being too cheeky. I could leave, like, I don't know, what else do I have? What could I leave behind here? A grease bottle. Maybe I could leave a little bit of money. I don't want to, again, I'm not looking to be like super cheeky here. Let's give him like 20 gold. There we go. As payment. I would have bought it off him had he had it. So yeah, like, again, I don't want to be too cheeky. I just wanted to kind of like show you all the things. So on that note, look at them all still sneaking. We don't have to keep sneaking. We're done now. Everybody stand up. Let's go back and talk to Nabba one last time, and then we'll head to camp. Have I done everything on my list of things to do?
A fight, a real fight. They crush everyone.
Let's go to Khan's.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Oh, what's he doing out here? Hi.
It's perfect for a shirt.
Boom! Bet you didn't even see me coming. I'm a shadow, a master of sneakery. A rogue!
Was somebody talking? I can hear them, but I can't see them.
Oh, I might be too good at this. What if no one ever sees me again?
I was
What if no one ever
joking.
talks to me again? No!
He's so funny.
If not a rogue, then a ranger. I'm great at chasing things down.
Right. Look, a displacer beast. You look, an Astarian's wearing the displacer cloak. Go after it.
What? Where? Wait a minute. You were pulling my leg. Good one. But you're not getting rid of old Narber that easily.
I think it's time to... We'll get the conclusion. Okay, Narber. I was going to wait until the next episode, but come on,
darling,
then.
it's very...
Perhaps the answer was deep inside me all along. An ancient spark of arcana. Yes, I was born to be a sorcerer. I can feel it.
I think you're actually just getting some effects from my staff here. I think it's just beaming power in your general direction. So I am a draconic bloodline sorcerer, so I have this option here. Do you draw your magic from draconic? I think that's going to be fun. I think he's going to be into that. Do you draw your magic from draconic ancestry, like me?
Let me focus. I can feel the power deep within me. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. Oh. Oops. Just ingestion.
I have something for that. I have some alchemy ingredients for that. Not sponsored. Yeah, let's finish talking to Narber. Let's complete this, and then it's done, and I won't forget.
My liege, I swear to you, an undying oath of absolute devotion. I am but your humble paladin.
We actually have a paladin in camp, and he broke his oath, and now there's this scary guy standing around, like hovering over him. I'm not sure if a paladin is right for you. My only command is that you never speak to me again. I don't accept. I'm going to say, how would I say it a bit more nicely? Because all of these are horrible. I think the nicest one is, I don't accept. That's lovely, but I can't accept. That's a nice way of saying it.
Really? But I'm ready to do anything.
Right. Maybe I can just... I don't want to be mean.
I can swear a different oath if you like. Come back.
You can just walk off. Okay, let's see. Is he done yet? I think we've got a couple more to do, and then I think we're done.
I need a quick word.
These roles sure are restrictive, aren't they? Maybe the adventuring life's just not for me. I really like talking to you. There's not a lot of people that want to talk to me, so I brought you this present. Here. Now, what are we gonna talk about if not the adventuring life? Wait. What if I mix the classes? Narber, you genius!
1 point of each. Maybe, do you want me to do a playthrough of that? Maybe I could do it on Twitch at some point. Like, we take one of each class. I think it would be difficult because, like, you're not getting, like, the higher spec stuff if you do that. But he's given me patience is a virtue. We did the impossible. We listened to Narba until he ran out of questions. Poor Narba. I think he's sweet. I like him. You know, I'm not the sort of person, like, that gets annoyed by nice people. Like he's like a child, right? He's just excitable and happy. So absolute confidence amulet. It gives us performance +1 and -1 to intimidation. I think that's because he's not scary. Not going to do us a huge amount of good, but again, I want to show you everything in my perfect playthrough, so there we have it. Can we say anything else to Calm?
Welcome back to Calm's Garms. We've got clothes for your arms. What do you need?
The patter still needs a bit of work. Maybe a little less rhyming.
I already told you, if patter's your main interest, go see my brother. My focus is good clothing for a good price.
That's good. You should use that. Okay, we don't need to look at her wares again. I think we're done. Right, let's head back to camp. Let's check in with everybody, and we'll call it for today's episode. I'm sad that we didn't get any more like companion chatter. I would have thought Jaheira would have had stuff to say because I don't kind of like bring her out very often, but we didn't see anything, so guess not. Camp time. I'm not actually going to camp. We haven't taken any damage or anything like that, and I've not used many of my spell slots, so I feel like we're going to be okay for tomorrow if I don't camp tonight. And I don't think there's any like cutscenes that we're missing, so yeah, I think we're all good for that. I wanna run around and speak to everybody and see if anyone else has anything to say about like Jaheira and the Harpers. Karlak.
Shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and asked for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad.
I love it! Karlak lore! She loved her dad. Okay. So we spoke to Jaheira already. We spoke to Astarion. Halsin, I'm a bit nervous to talk to you actually after you were so scary and flirty in that other episode.
I fought proudly alongside Harpers once. But it seems we cannot place our trust in them now. Not while Orin has their ranks infiltrated.
Okay. Yeah, that feeling of like not knowing who you can trust and not knowing like if your companions are your companions it freaked me out the first time I played it.
Orin be damned. Her bloody fingerprints are all over this city.
Lae'zel has a bit of a vendetta against her, I guess. So you've seen a lot of options there. A lot of them are things that we've already said. I'm just getting repeats because I've got like 2 player characters. So this is what I was talking about. You don't want to mess with Oathbreaker Knights. They're scary. Will?
The Harpers have been compromised. A balancing power now unbalanced. Jaheira's support has been invaluable. We should return it in kind.
Yes, indeed. Looking fancy today, Will. Shadowheart?
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
We'll be okay. We've got this. And, Gale?
Anything I can do for you, consider it most enthusiastically done.
Well, since you mention it, I wanted to speak about us for a moment. So did Gale not have anything to say? Was he with us? He was with us, wasn't he? You already kind of spoke about it.
There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
I want you to kiss me. Okay. Cool.
No matter. After all, a bond like ours hardly needs words to express it. What else is troubling you?
Oh, nothing. It's okay. Last but certainly not least, Mum Thara, looking sexy in her new outfit.
I have heard much of the cunning and caution of the Harpers. Clearly those tales were exaggerated. Their entire network in the city has been infiltrated and undone by a handful of imposters. Little wonder the surface world is in such disarray, if they are among its protectors.
She doesn't think very highly of the Harpers, apparently. I'm glad that you're at the opposite end of the camp to Jaheira. Quite frankly, it's probably a good thing. Right. That is where I'm leaving it for today. Like I say, there's no point long resting. I don't believe there's any cutscenes that we're going to get at this point. Obviously, they'll kind of start triggering the deeper into the story we get. So, in the next video, we are going to go into Worm's Rock Fortress, and there's a lot that's going to happen there. So not only is Gortash being ordained as like the Grand Duke, maybe we can go and stop that, because that is definitely not in the best interests of Baldur's Gate, but we can go and confront him. Maybe we'll have a boss battle, maybe not. We'll see what he has to say. And there's a few people as well that need to confront Gortash. So Dirge obviously used to be one of the Absolute. He was the Chosen of Baal, so we need to go and speak to Gortash and see what their history is. We've also got Karlach, who specifically used to be kind of like a bodyguard to Gortash when he was kind of like an up-and-coming nobody in Baldur's Gate, and she thought that they were very, very friendly, but then Gortash betrayed her and basically sold her out to Zariel, and this is how she came to be in the Hells and get that infernal engine, and had a really bad time down there. And that was all because Gortash kind of like basically used her in part of some kind of trade deal. So she's got a lot of beef with him. We also need to take Will in there, because Will's dad, Duke Ravengard, we believe that he might be at this ceremony. He was taken by the Absolute and they forced a tadpole into his eye, so he's now being used by them. Hopefully we can free Will's dad, or, you know, resolve that situation somehow. So that's really, really important to him as well. I think we're also going to take Minthara in there, again, because she has beef specifically with the Absolute, because of her link to Ketheric, and because Orin was the one who forced her to be tadpoled, and, you know, kind of did horrible things to her people. So yeah, I feel like this is a really, really good crew to take in there next week and see what they all have to say. And then, yeah, maybe we'll explore a little bit more about Worm's Rock and, you know, what is going on with that whole situation. And yeah, some interesting things are going to happen in that episode. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So yeah, this feels a bit more of a filler episode, but learning more about the Harpers and more about what's going on with Jaheira, I think, is really interesting to see as well. And obviously, who could forget Nabur? I forgot his name. Nabur. Nabur? I'm like, who could forget him and then immediately forgot his name? That's something wrong with my brain, not a slight on the guy. Yeah, such a funny, memorable character, I think. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want more from me this week, do go and check out Expedition 33, which is a new Let's Play that I started on my channel. Very, very excited to play that game, because I know a lot of the people who I follow on social media who enjoyed Baldur's Gate are also enjoying that game. It's turn-based, but kind of applies the turn-based combat in a different way to Baldur's Gate, but it has a really strong story so far. Enjoying it so much. So come and check that game out with me as well. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Take care, friends. Bye.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me
Is this part of the show? Praise the absolute.